In this session, we are going to talk about deals, pipelines, and stages. This is one of the areas where most modern CRM systems start to break, not because of the tool, but because of how the deal system is designed. If you're already using a deal system with pipelines and the numbers don't really reflect what's happening in your business, stay with me. This is a short session, but it's an important one. I am going to explain what a deal is actually supposed to represent, how pipelines should be structured, and how stages should reflect real progress instead of just sales activity. A very quick intro in case this is the first video you see from me. My name is Lior Izik. I am a business automation specialist and the founder of Amazing Business Results. We are a Zoho premium partner with offices in the US, Canada, and Europe, supporting small and medium-sized businesses since 2013, and we currently hold the most 5-star reviews in the Zoho world. Before we get into it, just a quick reminder that this video is part of our New to CRM and Zoho mini-series. And in the description below, you will find links in case you want to connect with us, assign us as your Zoho partner, and access a few additional resources. All right, let's begin. Okay, so let's begin. First of all, I like to show you how to customize the system. If you will go to any of the modules, so let's assume I want to customize the leads module, and all of them will work exactly the same way. I can click on the 3 dots beside it, and then I can click on fields. Whatever you will see on the fields, that's what you will see also when you are trying to edit the record or view the record. Okay, you will see here all the different sections. So this is section number 1, section number 2, 3, 4, and so on. Each one of those sections will have fields, and those fields eventually will give you the ability to enter information into the system. When I look at something like that, it really gives me heartburn. I can't work with it. If you think about the day-to-day, lead comes in, you need to capture some information. The information needs to be related to what you need. You don't want to have a bunch of information that is completely not related to you. Let's assume that in my company, I will need to have, let's say, the person who is in charge of the lead owner, first name, title, phone number, mobile, lead source, where they came from, their industry, making sense. Annual revenue. I will never ask a company in this specific demo, obviously. Let's assume that I don't need the annual revenue. I will click on the 3 dots and I will remove the field. Okay? Now, here it's telling me that it's part of a blueprint. In that case, you will need to remove it, and we'll do it together because also you will have exactly the same problem. Both of our systems are out of the box. I will click here on this blueprint. Okay, and I will go here, I will click on cancel. And then I will just click on the 3 dots and I will click on delete and I will remove it. The blueprints are super important, but what's coming out of the box is not going to help you. You will need to create it by yourself. Okay, so this is why I'm saying it's not really important if you remove it or not. Let's go here again to the same screen. I will refresh the page. Okay, it's important to refresh, otherwise it won't work for you. I will go again to annual revenue, remove field, and now it's removed. Let's assume that something happens and you need to get it back. You will click here on the unused items and you can just drag this field back in. Okay, so let's go again and remove the field. So let's click again on the three dots and remove the field. Beautiful. And you will have, let's say, industry, all this I need to, and you will have here more field, fax. Not too many companies needs fax. Usually it's pharmaceutical and medical. Secondary email, not too many companies need. Twitter, no need. Skype, for sure not. Perfect. So I have a bunch of fields that I just removed. Now, there are some fields that you don't want to remove because they are important for many things. I'm not going to go into it, just trust me. Modified by, email opt-out, created by, and lead owner. All those you need. You just can't remove them, okay? I think that some of them you can't even remove even if you want. This one you can. Email opt-out for sure you can. Yeah, so only the lead owner you can't, but those four, modified, created, email opt-out, lead owner, they need to be in your system. It's important. Later on, it will mess up different integrations and reporting that you will need. So keep them. One more thing that I like to do, I like to create sections. So let's say that will be marketing. And in the marketing section, I will have, let's say, the first name, the last name, company, or let's call it just contact. We'll have the email, phone number, mobile beside it, and maybe website here. Beautiful. So that will be a section. If you want, you can add more fields. So let's assume that I want to know if he was referred to us by someone. I can have here the pick list, which is a drop down, and I will say referred question mark and then yes and no. When I can have the referred to be no by default. Okay, there are more options. I'm not going to go to it right now, and I will click on done. Now, if I will go back to the list, so we'll click on cancel, we'll go to the modules, I will click on one of the leads. You can see that I have now the contact area here, referred yes, no, okay, and then the rest of the information. Okay, very, very convenient. So that was a way for you to customize the look and feel. Super, super basic. There are more options. I don't want to go into it right now, but just so you know that there are more options to customize the look and feel. There are also ways to create dependencies. If I will click, for example, on yes, now it will ask me who is the person, which can be another type of automation that I can have here in the system. One more thing I want to show you. Here you can see that the deals module, it's called deals, but I will tell you the problem. Whenever someone tells me that this is a deal, for me, deal, it's handshake. We have a deal. It's a closed one. It's done. But the reality with the deal system, it's that deal will have qualifications, needs analysis, value proposition, identify decision makers, and eventually close won or lost. Which means this is not really a deal. It's an opportunity. So if you think like me that this is not really a deal, it's an opportunity because you need to work on it before you can gain it. In that case, you can click on the setup on the left bottom. You can click on modules and fields under customization. And then beside deals, you can click on the three dots and click on rename. So you have plural and singular. So deals will become opportunities, and a deal will be an opportunity. And now when you will look at it, I will click on modules. You can see that I have here the deals. Let me just see if it's saved. It's saved. Let me just refresh. And now it will be opportunities. It's not deals. 99% of the times I will change a deal to an opportunity unless the deal makes sense to stay as a deal. Now, one more thing that I want to show you, you can see here that you have different stages for the deal. So if I will go here to one of those opportunities, okay, it used to be a deal, now I call it opportunity, remember. The stage starts with qualification, needs analysis, value proposition, and so on and so on and so on. Those can be changed, and I will show you right now how to change it. So if I will go to the settings, and I will go here and I will search for pipelines, you will see here the pipelines, and now I can create new pipelines. There is one pipeline that comes out of the box, and it's the one that you saw here with those stages. I am going to create my own, a new one. Okay, we'll click on create new pipeline. We'll give it a name. So let's say CRM deal. The layout, it's I don't want to go too much in details about the layout, but I do want you to have one layout, and this is how the system coming out of the box. If you need more layouts, search on my YouTube channel how to work with multiple layouts, and you will have the solution there. Having multiple layouts will complicate your maintenance. So it will complicate your system, and you don't really need it in 99% of the cases. So you have here the deal, CRM deal, and here in the stages, you have the existing stages, but maybe I have also other stages. So just for this demo, we'll select qualification, needs analysis, quote, close won and close lost. Okay, we'll have a simplified view. But what if I want to have additional ones? For example, accounting, reconcile accounting as an example. I can click here and I can click on create a new stage. You can see that you have here all the stages. I will add a new one. So let's say reconcile finance. Probability, we are going to talk about it in a second. But reconcile finance will be 100% because I will reconcile the finance only when it's 100% close won. It's my deal, I got it. The probability will be 100%, which means it's 100% sold, and it will be not open. Open means I'm still working on it. Close won means I won it, it's my deal, and close lost means that I lost the deal. In this case, I'm reconciling the finance side, which means checking that I got all the money related to this deal. It will be only when it's close won. Okay, and the forecast category will be automatically managed by your record category. Okay, let's click on save. You can see it's here, and we click on save. At that moment, you have the standard layout. This is how it's coming out of the box. And you have also the one that you just created. If you want, you can click here and set it as default, which means whenever you are creating a new deal, it will automatically default to this pipeline. Let's go back, click on opportunities, and let's go here from all pipelines to the CRM deal. which means you can have a pipeline for different stages of the business, different products, categories, and so on. If you will need to architect the system and think before you're clicking around. This is more of a technical way to show you what to do. I will go here to the CRM deal, and you can see that you have here the different stages, and the final stage is the reconcile finance. Okay, it's here. If I will create a new opportunity, you will see that I have here the pipeline. Right now, by default, it's CRM deal, and I will have here all the different stages. If you remember the previous system that I showed you, which is the lead system, I had buttons. So instead of pushing the deal, let me just, okay, whenever I have a deal, I can click here on those stages and it will move things around. We can also assign automation to it, which we are going to do in, I think, lesson number 5 or 6. But this is not what I want you to do. I don't want you to click around on stages. I want you to have a playbook that you can work with it, which I will show you in a second. Okay, let's close that. And I will assign a contact role. So let's say Chris. Perfect. So at that point, I have an account, which this is the account, and I have also the contact name, which is the person I work with, which is Chris. In some cases, you will need to assign multiple people to a deal or an opportunity. In that case, you will need to go to the contact roles. You click on Add Contact Roles, and you can assign from here different people. So this person is assigned to this account, which this account assigned to the deal. So the system is asking me if I want to add this person. Let's assume that I need someone else. I will click on More. I will click on the people, and I will go to Show All Contacts. So it won't be only from the same account. Let's assume that this person is an attorney that I want to connect to this deal. I can click on this person, and from here, you can have different options that you can customize. And I will have decision maker because I don't have an attorney here. But just so you know, that can be customized and I can have the attorney as part of those options. Whenever I am assigning this person, you will see here that I will have 2 people assigned. One is the customer, which means they don't have some kind of a label. And then the second person will have the label. Okay? So this way you can assign multiple people, and in the future you can also create automations for those people. For example, let's say when a deal will have an update, it will be sent by email to all the people assigned to the deal, or anything else that you want. It's very, very convenient. There is one more thing that I want to mention. Sometimes people will tend to completely remove the opportunities or deal section. So for example, if there is a contact, there is a person named Chris, instead of having an opportunity for Chris, they will have here some fields, amount, product, and so on. That works only if you sell the Chris one time in his lifetime, which means if they will have the second deal, you are stuck because you don't have a module for it. In this case, you can see that Chris has 2 deals, an iPhone and also King. 2 different deals, 2 different times, 2 different stages, and you can manage them. This is the preferred option, to go with multiple opportunities for an account or a contact. This is the preferred way, and this is what I prefer that you will do. So keep that in mind. Next, we are going to talk about probability. If you will go to any of those deals, so let's click on the deal, and you will see that you have your probability. When we created the stages, there were different percentages for each stage. As an example, let's go to the main page. Let's assume that when I am getting someone in qualification, on every 10 people, I will close one deal, which means it's 10%. 10% means on every 10 people of 100, I will close a deal. When it's going to analysis, then the probability is 20% because every 10 people or 100 people, okay, then I have 20 people signing in or buying the deal. And the probability goes as I go through the stages until close one means they bought. This is 100%. This is not supposed to be perfect and very accurate, but it's supposed to be relatively close to reality. The reason is that based on that, later on you can create forecasting. You can understand what you're going to have next month or in 3 months or next quarter without even calculating too much. So this is going to be something very important. If I need to know the forecast based on this one specific deal, it will be that I am going to have an income in the next quarter, for example, that is 90% of $70,000. Okay? Very, very important to understand how forecasting works and what those percentages are. Now, I just want to show you before we close the session how a customized system looks like. You can see here that I have a customized system. I will have the different stages when I need to contact those people. So that will represent 501 will represent how many deals are currently in the pipeline. Can be new deals, deals in quotation process. I send a quote, negotiations, everything will be here. I will see the amounts, the stages, super clear. When I will go to one of those opportunities, I will have a nice view, and also I will have here a playbook. Let's say that right now I'm on the phone with this person, with Jake. I will say, Jake, what do you need? And then I will click on products and services, and then I can select. Let's say he wants a custom wall graphics, he wants 2 of those, and I'm giving him $10 discount. And I will also add one more product, and that will be the frosted window. He wants 4 of those, no discount, and this is what I need. I can click on update opportunity, it will update the system, and then I can continue take the next steps. The idea is to create a nice system that is working based on a playbook. Everything is done with a system that is pre-designed in advance versus every salesperson is doing exactly what they want. Before we wrap up, if this video was helpful, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon. We are releasing one new video in this mini series every 3 days. And clicking the bell icon will make sure you don't miss the next one. It also helps this video reach more people who are trying to build a CRM that actually reflects what's happening in their business. In the next video, we're going to talk about the minimum viable Zoho CRM setup. What you should configure early, what you should intentionally delay, and what you should not customize at all in the beginning. If you're new to Zoho CRM, I recommend watching the series in order. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.